Hey, so welcome to the first tutorial on crystallinfo.co.uk on how to get your website up and running. The first thing we need to do to get your website is to get you a domain name, which is your www.name.com or whatever it is you want, and to get you a host, which is a web server where you can place your website for people to look at it. The easiest way to find web hosting is to go into Google, or other good search engines are available, and just type domain hosting, or you could put domain names or any other kind of thing, and you get a whole list of things to look at. So a good key one here is top 10 domain hosting sites, and you can click on that and it will give you a list of a few to run through with their costs and some information about what kind of services they offer for you to make your life easier. However, once you've found a host, you generally try to stick with them as long as they're doing what they want, and they give you the services that you want and all the resources and support for it. So the one I use is a company called Big Wet Fish. I found them because I really liked the name. They also turned out to be a really friendly bunch of guys and offer good support, and importantly they offer all the top resources that I need to run any website from anywhere in the world. So the first thing that I'd want to look at is their hosting packages and see what it is that they offer. So if we scroll down, these are some of their packages. They offer a lot bigger versions as well, including owned servers, but generally most websites are quite small, don't need a lot of resources, but so a small service is all you need. So this cheapest one gives you 10 gigabytes of disk space, 100 gigabytes of monthly bandwidth, which is how much data is going out of the server, 10 SQL databases, which is important. Later on we'll be looking at Joomla and WordPress and things like that to get it to work, 25 email accounts and 10 subdomains. These are all offered for you, and some companies, they would actually charge you extra for things like subdomains and for transferring accounts and for doing all sorts of different things on your server. This is your basic that you would need to work from, and if you click on the information, it offers you a little bit more of what you want to do. Importantly, it also offers Sofdelicious or Fantastico, which is important because it makes life easier for you to install software, e-commerce and flash support, and all sorts of different things that you can use to run e-commerce and security systems on your site. So the top site that they do, the top hosting, gives you a free domain name, 100 gigabyte disk space, 5 terabytes bandwidth. Basically, the more you pay, the more you're going to get. If you run out of bandwidth, then you can just go back to the host and say, I want to upgrade my account to the next one up, or to whatever bandwidth you want, or they will just work with you and find the best solution to your problems. And you can do that for most account holders. Here they have a ticketed service where they get back to you. So let's look at the cheapest one. How do you actually go and get an account? We just go buy now, and then up will come their order form, where we can start looking at domain names and what we want to do with it and the costs of it as well. So the first thing we need to do is try and think of what is a domain name that we want. So I'm just going to put in a rubbish domain name. So I'm going to call it My Very Excellent Domain Name Host. I'm sure that won't be available, and we'll put a .com at the end of it, and marvelously a horrible domain name like that is available. So all I need to do, that will tell me what I've got here, and it tells me that oneyears.com is £9.49 in pounds, and if I want 2 years, or I can have 5 years, I can just change what it is I want from there. I could also choose if I wanted a co.uk, and that's also available, and you can buy as many of these as you like. So if you're running your own company, you'd probably want to buy the .com, you'd probably want to buy a co.uk or .de if you're in Germany, or all sorts of different suffixes for your host. But we'll go there. All I want to do now is I want to register this domain with these people, and you can see all the funding has changed on the right, so it's telling me what it is. I don't like paying monthly. I think because it's very cheap, I just want to pay yearly, so $14.99 a year. So for me to have this domain, to host a domain for 2 years with the .co.uk address, and for 1 year hosting at $14.99, the whole cost to run my whole website is going to cost me £26.98. These are subject to change as when you're looking at it. This is just when we're on it now. Now, if you're going here, you can ask you a few questions. How did you hear about us? If you go to Big Wet Fish, always mention my name. I don't make any money of it, but it makes me look good. And then it gives you some information about what kind of company or purpose you want for your website. If it's not there, you can just put a sole trader or something there. They assume it. If you've got a company ID number, you can have that. You need to put in your registrant name, so that's your name. We need to know who it is that's owning your website. And this who is opt-out. If somebody's got your domain name that you want, you can find out who they are, but to pay an extra bit of money, you can then opt out of that service, and then they can't find who you are, or makes it a bit more secure for you. But sometimes you want people to know where you are. Then, am I a new customer or am I existing customer? So if it's your first account, you go in as a new customer. This will set up all your account details. So you want your name, your last name. If you've got a company name, you don't need a company name. Email address, that they're going to email you all this information to you to confirm it. Your actual physical address, so just in case they need to post things to you, especially with your domain renewals and hosting renewals, they might send you a letter. Phone numbers. You then need to generate some passwords for yourself and a little security question about what it is you want to do. So if you phone them up, then you can use that to find new passwords, and then you can enter the answer to your question as well. There's a question of how do you want to pay: PayPal, MasterCard, Visa, and literally you just go to checkout and then you're done. They will then email you all your details, and then you can go in to your web server and sort it out. To do that in Big Wet Fish, you just click on the client area. Up comes this panel where you can enter your domain names and information that they've sent you. So they've sent me, that's my domain name for this site, and that's my username. I will then paste in my password, and here I can either go to the control panel, the web hosting unit, which I tend not to go to. I tend to go straight to control panel, or I can go to the webmail and access all my emails from there if I want to. But the main thing is you just log in when you want, go to cPanel, and there it is. You're in your web server. You're up and running. You've got your domain running. In the later tutorials, we're going to look at how do you control all of this and uploading your first web page. So if you need more information, go to www.chrislinford.co.uk for any more information, or you can email me some questions from there. So whether you're looking on YouTube, iTunes, or on my website, have a good day.